Hello? Hello? Hi. This is my first stream, and I've got a few things I need to talk about. This is the introductory stream, so I'm just going to go over what's going on and what this channel is about and who I am and what you, the imaginary you, might expect. I'm aware that I'm talking to no one, or at least no one that's not like an immediate friend who'd join in. I'm not expecting to have an audience. I'm not doing this for an audience. I'm doing it for me. And that's something I'm talking about here. So, as you can see pretty clearly, my channel is empty. It's got nothing. It's brand spanking new. It got created last night. And I had to wait 24 hours in order to be able to stream. And that was really annoying. But here I am, 24 hours later. Black screen for the stream because that's fitting. So this whole thing is. Ooh, hold on. This is very unprofessional, and it's going to stay that way for quite a long time. Here. This is so I can look back on it. Look at that. Look at that. This is what my channel looks like at this moment in time. Completely blank. Nothing. Not even a banner. And I did have to download a picture of just pure blackness in order to make that my profile picture because that's not an option. At least I don't think it is. Anyway. So, there's a reason for all of that. But I'll get to it. I'll get to it as I go down the progression of my little list here of notes that I wrote down for to just read off. I'll elaborate on them. I'm not just gonna be a little robot, a politician reading off the teleprompter. So a bit about me. I love cats, and if you couldn't tell, the Neko in my name does indeed mean cat. So my usual name, like online alias, is Crimson Neko, but I usually just roll with Neko. And if you've been on the internet for longer than like 3 months, and engage in social media at all, Neko is not a very uncommon name. So yeah, you could say Crimson Neko is a little bit more distinguishing. But that's a mouthful, isn't it? Crimson. I guess I mean I was gonna say, oh, that Sora Neko's not as bad, but it's the same amount of syllables. Whatever. Sora Neko is the full name of this channel, of this new online alias. I'm rebranding essentially. This is gonna be my real online alias from here on out. I'm not Neko. I'm Sora Neko, and the Sora. If you picked up on the Neko meaning cat, from like Japanese, and Sora is a Japanese word, and you picked up on what that means, it means sky. Sky cat. That is crazy, isn't it? I also love the sky. I love sunsets, especially dusk is like my favorite time of the day, just as long as there's clouds in the sky, because then it can blend the colors together and it makes the most beautiful thing in the world. I also love storms. I live in Oklahoma. Unfortunately, I don't actually enjoy this state very much, but I do love the weather, as chaotic as it may be. Actually, that's why I love it. I love the weather. I love storms. I love tornadoes. I've gone through so many tornadoes. Um, and I want to be a meteorologist. Actually, I'm going to go to college and I'm going to try to get a master's in meteorology and be able to do something cool with that. To pay for that college, I am in the National Guard. In fact, I got out of my training 2 days ago. I got back 2 days ago on freaking Thursday evening. Today is Saturday. So I've been back a whopping 1 day. Well, two now. 2 full days. 2.5 days. Whatever. You get the point. Um, well, now it's Sunday. It's 12:01 a.m. Anyway, uh, I hated training. I hated every second of it. That was the worst thing I've ever had to go through. But it's over now, and I'm hoping it was, for the best. Like, I hope it was something that's gonna help me out in the long run, and it is. I'm not. It's not really a hope thing. I know it will, but it sucked, and it's probably going to continue to suck even though I'm out of training. But National Guard is definitely the best pick for me because I do not want the Army to be my entire life. Hell no. I didn't mean to swear there. I don't want to swear. I don't like swearing. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. But I will try to refrain. I don't like it. For me personally, it makes me feel like I sound unintelligent. And it's not really just about unintelligence. It's just, that's not who I want to be. I want my mouth to be cleaner than that, or at least the things that come out of it, even if they're insults or expressions of frustration, should be a little bit more um, intelligent. I couldn't think of another word because intelligence is something I actually lack. That's why I'm in the Army, not the Air Force. Anyway, I got off track really badly there. So, I'm in the National Guard because I don't want to be in the military full time. And also, I wanted to serve my country in some way. And also, as a National Guard, you get to help the actual citizens of the country a lot more than you can in the active duty. And being in Oklahoma, tornadoes, those are a problem. And I'm hoping that if there's a bad one, that I'm able to volunteer to go help in those areas. And that's something I actually want to do. Um, so yeah, so the sky thing, Sora, it's not just a random thing I picked. There's actually more meaning to it other than it just meaning sky. Um, it's also the name of a character from a visual novel, and that character I adored, and then the visual novel got, let's just say, discontinued due to circumstances surrounding the creator. I'm not getting into that. That's like, it just sucks, and I don't want the stream to suck, so we're not going to bring up sucky stuff like that. Um, anyway, I like that character. I like this guy. Sora it is. Sora Neko. That's the name of the channel. That's my new online alias. I'll make a Twitter account for it eventually, because it's not going to be just for streaming. I'm also a writer, or rather, I just like creating stories. I'm not going to say I'm a writer because I'm not very good at writing, but I do like creating stories. And I want to create a visual novel, and I'll have that announced likely on the Sora Neko Twitter, but maybe another one, maybe a different one, more informal, because it's going to have adult content in it. So I love cats. I established that. I have three cats actually. I have three. Two of them are pretty fat. I say fat. They're not morbidly obese. They're just like slightly overweight. Well, one's more overweight than the other. But they're pretty cute. I love my cats. I missed them so much when I was at training. I was there for almost 4 months. I left on August 18th or 19th, one of those days, and I got back December 11th. So that is very close to 4 months that I wasn't able to see my cats, that I wasn't able to eat good food, that I wasn't able to be on my computer or be home, see my friends. I hated I hated training. I hated it so much. But I got through it. All you had to do is just not not quit, I guess. I mean, it never came to my mind of, hey, I want to quit. I want to leave. That came to my mind quite often every day. But I want to quit, or I think I'm going to try to go home. That those thoughts never came to my mind. All you had to do is just let the days pass. I mean, just do what they say. Let the days pass, because regardless of what I do in those moments, those 4 months were gonna pass regardless. So I'm glad that I can say that these 4 months later, I've gone through all that training. I'm gonna get all those benefits. Than it being 4 months anyway, it being today at some point anyway, and not having all of that because I decided it was too hard. I didn't do that, and there's a lot of things that I did that I didn't think I was able to do. I am proud of myself. I say I hated training, and that is absolutely 100% true, but it was also very necessary for me. And a lot of the things that I have problems with about myself, I was able to work on a bit more. I'm definitely not perfect. I wouldn't even say I improved to an extent that I want, but I at least tried, and that's more than a lot of people can say. Some people don't even care. They don't have a desire to fix the things wrong about themselves, but I do. Anyway, uh, I also love anime, but I'm not like the biggest anime watcher in the world. I've only watched probably less than 50. I mean, I'm not a big watcher of things. I don't watch very many TV shows, and I don't watch very much anime. But now that I'm back from training, something that I was wanting to do since I wasn't training is get back into anime. I have an Annie list of a bunch of anime that I have um, like saved to watch, and I do plan on watching them. My favorite anime is ReZero. I was addicted to it after I watched it. I ended up making a fan fiction, which I do plan on revisiting and revamping and continuing, um, called Wrath If Restart. I'm definitely going to change that name. But if you know what the Wrath If is, they have little side stories that were released on Subaru's birthday every year. Uh, Basically, the the idea of the fan fiction is Subaru from the Wrath If story gets brought back all the way to back at the mansion, you know, back where it all started. And that's what I'll be exploring. Anyway, my second favorite anime, which I didn't think anything would ever beat, but ReZero did it. But my second favorite anime, it was yeah, it was original at first, is Made in Abyss. I love Made in Abyss. I wouldn't say I'm quite as addicted. Oh, that's why ReZero toppled it. I got addicted to ReZero, not so much Made in Abyss. I didn't get addicted to any anime until ReZero. Made in Abyss is still an incredible anime. I love the world building. I love the characters. I love, as cruel as it sounds to say, I love suffering. That's one of the reasons ReZero clicked with me so well is the freaking misery porn that is, especially the like last half of the first season, or rather like mid to last half. Anyway, I need to move on. I'm rambling. Um, I also love. Okay, love is a bit of a stretch of a word, just because it sets a precedent that's not quite accurate. But I really enjoy VTubers. I just don't watch many of them. But that's no fault of the VTubers. I'm just not a live stream guy. That's funny for me to say because I'm currently live streaming, but that's on my own time. And having to do, like, if I want to catch a live stream of a VTuber, it's on their time, right? I've got to work around their schedule. and there might be something conflicting. Like I have a job, if I have a job, I don't currently. That's changing. I quit before I went to training. Just anyway, it's harder to watch a live stream live when I have other things I'm wanting to do in the moment, or I just can't because of scheduling conflicts, things such of that nature. That's why I'm not that big of a live stream guy. I don't watch live streams all that much. But there is one exception, and that is Saba. I watched her first stream, and I watched a few of the you know, preceding streams. Obviously, I had to take 4 months of not watching any of it, but I did get Saba merch. I'm actually wearing it right now. The hoodie, I'm wearing it as I speak. I also got the shirt, and it's very nice. I wish I got the large package, the one that had the postcard signed with it or whatever it is. But I didn't really realize until it was too late that the postcard doesn't come with all of merch purchases. It was just the package. Anyway, that was disappointing, but it is what it is. I was at a tight spot financially anyway, and that bigger package was more expensive than buying the shirt and sweater. Um, what else? Oh yeah, I don't consider myself a part of the VTubing community because I don't really engage with people. Oh, I kind of engage with people who talk about VTubers like on Twitter, but it's really just the extent of it is just if there's something going on, some drama or whatever, I might ask a question, and that's pretty much the extent of my interaction, aside from liking posts regarding VTubers. Um, I like Fuamoko. They are adorable in a way words can't describe. I like pretty much everyone in Phase Connect. Well, I guess I say that. There's just freaking 30 of them, and I can name five. So I can't say I like them all, but that's just because I haven't been exposed to them all. But the ones I have been exposed to are pretty freaking cool. Um, Speaking of VTubing, I'm not gonna be a VTuber. At least I don't plan on it. But I might end up making a sort of avatar character to represent the face of my channel. And it might be resembling have the resemblance of a VTuber esque avatar, just because it's gonna be an anime character that I create and how have be the face of my channel. But I can't say I'll have any models or rigging where I'll be talking on screen and it'll be moving its mouth and all that. I can't say that's gonna happen. It's not entirely out of the question, but I wouldn't count on it. I don't think that's something I want to do. But I still engage with VTubing content. I really like it. Um, Speaking of creating a character, I am an inspiring artist. That's funny. See, artist, that's in quotations there because I am not an artist. I am at the very, 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 very beginner stage. It is as if I just picked up a pencil of skill. Um, I had the desire to learn before I went to basic, but I figured I was going to be gone for so long. I didn't see a point in getting that invested in trying to work on that skill if I wasn't going to find the energy or time to do it while I was also in basic or AIT. AIT I had more of an opportunity to. I still chose not to do it. But now that I'm back, I am going to make a proper attempt. Not an attempt. It's already set in stone. I'm going to practice my drawing skills. And I'm going to make it where every time I stream, I'm going to show one drawing that I made that day. At least. So that gives me. So I'm going to draw every single day, at least a minimum of 30 minutes every single day. This is the only extreme that where that'll be an exception because this is the introductory stream. I'm just going to consider it an exception. I did try to draw today. Um, I really just got set on the path. I found this thing called Drawbox, and it seems pretty cool. I am going to be using it. I'm going to go through the entire course, but I don't have all the materials that it asks for. Um, so I'll be getting that tomorrow, and then starting for real. I got through all the introductory stuff, like lesson zero as it is called, and that was like 2 hours long if you combined like all the videos, which I did watch all of them, and I did read all of the articles. Anyway, I'm starting with Drawbox, and I'm going to try to actually properly become an artist of some like. I want to make a visual novel, have an idea for a visual novel written out. Well, not entirely written out, but a decent bit of the concept written out. I have a visual novel also already released, but it's like an hour long and it's made in Koikatsu. And I hate Koikatsu. At least Kara Studio was really annoying to work with. And the time I released it, a whole bunch of other people in that community also started releasing visual novels made in Koikatsu. And I wanted to not be lumped in with all of them. They're not no shot to them. They're not doing anything wrong. I just don't want to be seen as just one of. I've used this example. I've used this as a like this meme a lot whenever I talk about this on Discord. But you know the freaking meme of from like Toy Story where there's the all the Buzz Lightyears on the shelf. Yeah, I said I don't want I don't want to be one of those Buzz Lightyears. I want to stand out, and I'd say one of the easiest ways to stand out is to draw, make it hand drawn because you don't get very many hand drawn visual novels these days. At least I don't think so. I'm not too big in the visual novel scene of like me actually consuming them, but I feel like they would be talked about more because I am a part of the visual novel community, but I don't read that many. But I would suspect that if there were more hand drawn visual novels being put out there that are at least more well known, they'd be talked about more. But they're I don't see it talked about. I don't. So I think it's being hand drawn is a good start, and it also removes the limitations of what Kikatsu would have because it's not that powerful of a program. There's a lot of things you can't do with it that if you are drawing everything yourself, the opportunities or your limitations are almost non-existent. It really is just about your skill level, and if you can't draw something in the moment, you can at least work on that and change that and to be able to draw that later. Which that's not something you can say about Koikatsu. If there's something it just can't do, then you just can't do it. At least not through Koikatsu. You'd have to do some other third party thing. Um. Anyway, that being said, I'm going to show one drawing a day, and I'm going to make it where I draw at least 30 minutes a day before I can stream. And I'm going to be streaming almost everything I play from now on, which is why I say this stream stuff is for me. I'm not doing it for an audience because I'm more doing it to like chronologue the games that I play because I do have a very bad habit of losing interest in a game. It's not playing it for months, coming back, and then completely restarting over. And then just having that as a vicious cycle that goes over and over, and I never complete the game. And I just end up getting overexposed at the beginning. It never feels the same again. All of that stuff, and I feel like if I stream it, I would feel more obligated to actually see it through. And that's the goal here. That's one of the reasons, that's the main reason I'm doing this. So when I say I have to draw 30 minutes before I stream. That's really me saying I have to draw 30 minutes a day or before I can even hop on a game. There are going to be several games that I'm not going to be streaming, like Balloons TD6. I like that game. I'm not going to stream it. Um, it's not really. I don't know. To me, that's not a live stream worthy game. Man, I've talked a lot more than I thought I would. I honestly thought I was gonna struggle with finding other things to talk about because I just have this. I have a notepad document here of like bullet points of what to touch on, and I've only gone through five out of 17. Dang, and it's already almost 30 minutes in. Anyway, all right, moving on. This is a little fun thing I want to do. It's not going to happen every stream just because that I I'm not going to have something to eat every stream. But I think it'd be fun to have one food item, drink or otherwise, on stream that I start with at the start of the stream, and I eat or drink it throughout the stream. And by the end of the stream, I'll give a rating. I'll do like a little tier list of whether I like that thing or not. And I will try new things. Um, and I'll also try things that I'm very familiar with. And I'll give a proper rating at the end. And it's just a little, I don't know. I just thought that'd be fun. Um, Next on the bullet points here is streaming for me, no one else. Yeah, I think I already touched on that. I'm doing it so I can chronologue the games that I play. And also, I do plan on making my online presence be more centered around my creative projects. But whenever I do that, I want to create a community around those projects and also like be a thing where I could just stream on YouTube for those people in that community. And I already have this channel already set up and established. And if they're like, oh, dang, this guy has more streams and I'd like to get to know this creator better, they could go back. They could make this their first stream, or they could go back and be like, oh, introductory stream. Is it going to be about him? And yes, it is. Yes, it is. They know more about me. They're listening to my voice right now, knowing more about me, because yeah, you get the point. um, my main YouTube channel, which I deliberately chose not to make my streaming channel, is 10 years old. So I wanted to make this. I wanted. I was going to originally stream on that one and be like, this is the true start of my YouTube channel. And it was going to be like, if I ever had a 10-year anniversary, it's not when my account reached 10 years old, it's when it reaches 20 and I have been streaming for 10. It's just easier this way, and also it doesn't have the legacy of whatever previous comments I left on videos when I was 11. And oh, did you hear that? That was my cat. That was my I was going to insult him. I was going to say my dumb A word cat. That sounds so cringe to say A word. I just don't want to swear. That's not a thing I want to do. I don't know how I'm going to substitute it, you know. I'm not sure how I'm going to make that a thing I fix, but I'll try. Anyway, my other YouTube channel is 10 years old, and I don't want to stream on that one. It's just easier to do this one. So if there are anniversaries, it's a lot more true to what it actually is. I'm going to stream all kinds of games. I want to play Stardew Valley. I want to play Borderlands. I want to play Dead Space. I want to play Amnesia. I want to play like a whole bunch of different Minecraft mod packs. There's so many games I want to play, and there's several of them that are going to take a long, long time for me to complete because I'm a perfectionist, and a lot of these games have like grindy aspects to them. Like I want to play Minecraft like high pixel skyblock. I want to get every like sword and pickaxe and armor set in the game, but that would take a long time. And I also want to play Dauntless, and I want to get mastery on everything, and that'll take a long time. But I might make it a thing where it's like, I get to a point in it, and I play it, but I don't stream it. But maybe not, because then it's gonna fall into the same thing of if I'm not streaming it, I'm gonna end up stop. I'm gonna end like not play it anymore. Um, you obviously I've made it at the beginning of the stream, showed you, and you can see it right now with the black screen. Um, I'm going to slowly add on to the channel, but only with things I've personally created or drawn. So at some point, I do want like a starting screen for my stream of like stream starting soon, and maybe a little animation of something happening in the background. And I'm gonna get a little avatar for my profile picture. I'm gonna create a banner. I'm gonna create thumbnails. I'm just gonna make this a lot more creative. I wanted to keep it blank as much as I possibly can initially because I want to watch myself evolve. Like another reason I'm doing the one drawing, like showing one drawing every time I stream, it's so I can watch my progress as well. I can go to the start, the very beginning of my channel here, and see the very first drawing I post, which is going to be after this because I plan on streaming directly after this of an actual game. Unfortunately, this drawing I'm going to show there is not one I drew today. It's going to be one I did draw, just not today. It was pre-basic training. So actually, that's even better of a baseline because it shows what I was before I even really committed. And it'll be cool to see my progress as I get better. Um, I want to learn to draw. Obviously, I established that. That was another bullet point. Um, there's languages I want to learn. I want to learn a lot of languages: Japanese, Korean, German, Russian, maybe French. One language I'm never ever going to touch is Spanish. Not because it's daunting, but it's because it's annoying. I hate hearing it. I hate people speak it. So have any of you guys ever heard? Hypothetical, you guys obviously, but you guys know of the mental condition called misophonia, where certain noises evoke like a response of anger. I have that for like one of the big things is popping gum. Anytime I hear someone do that, I want to punch them in the teeth until they don't have them anymore. They got to chew the gum with their gums, and that's what they got to be left with. Like I have violent thoughts in my head when I hear certain sounds. I haven't done anything, but like the anger. It's a real thing. It's an actual mental condition. Yeah, it expands to Spanish. I hate that language. I hate hearing people speak it. I I can't express enough how much I hate that language. I'm going to leave it there. I do have gamer rage. That's another bullet point. Um, if you couldn't tell by the previous thing of me freaking talking about how much I hate Spanish, um, I do get mad pretty easily, but I will try to temper it. I will try to be better. But I am going to intentionally play games that are supposed to trigger those things because, and I'm going to look back on it and think it's funny. Um, Another thing is, I might have OCD, some minor form of it. Me needing to chronologue my games so I can actually keep playing them a big is like one indicator. Another is I have to watch things sequentially, regardless of whether they're episodic or not. Like like Impractical Jokers. It shouldn't matter what episode you watch it, like what episode you watch in what order, because they're not connected to each other. But I have to watch season one, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, etc., etc., etc. Um, that's another thing. I get stuck on routines. Like if I eat, if I ate a certain thing while watching a certain type of video, anytime I watch a video of that same nature, I have to eat that same thing, as I did in the first time. Like earlier, I was watching Trafalgar, on you like the guy, he plays Ark and he like takes down cheating clans or whatever. The first time I was watching him, I was eating Takis and I had a glass of chocolate milk next to me. And now every time I watch Trafalgar, I have Takis and a glass of chocolate milk next to me. Uh, it's it's like routine stuff like that. Um, I'm not sure what else to talk about. I think that's pretty much everything. Um, hmm. Yeah, I think that's all. Oh yeah. I'm gonna. I'm not sure if I'm ever actually gonna improve my stream setup because can you hear that? I have switches in there actually, or not switches, but like I got the keys that are quieter. But my point is, I don't have a streaming setup. Like I have a little fan next to me, and if I turn that on, you're gonna hear it, and it's gonna be heard in the stream. And I don't think I'm ever gonna fix that because this is again for me. But if I ever see that people actually do want to watch me, I might fix that. I might get a better microphone. I might get like a pop filter. I might do something about to prevent my keyboard from being heard on stream. Um, hmm. That's all that I can think of off the top of my head. Well, it hasn't been off the top of my head really. It's I've been going down this list. Some of it's been off the top of my head. Anything else I need to elaborate on? It is 12:33 in the morning, and I'm still gonna play. I think it's gonna be Deceased Craft, the mod pack. I really want to play that. I can't imagine I'm going to be playing it for very long because I'm still stuck on the sleep schedule from basic, and staying up to 12:33 is actually pretty challenging now. Before basic, my sleep schedule was so bad where I would stay up to six or seven in the morning. Um, and then sleep until freaking 2 in the afternoon. And that's obviously gone now. Okay, I said that I'm gonna stream Deceased Craft after this. That's not true. I'm going to bed. I'm gonna go shop with my mom tomorrow, and then I will learn. Oh, and I will do some drawing, and then I'll actually stream a game. Finally, when I got back, I decided I want more of a fresh start. So I backed up all the stuff on my native storage onto my external hard drive that I have for my desktop. Um, the native storage is only like 256 gigabytes, but I got a 1 terabyte external hard drive years ago, and it's serving me pretty well. I haven't really needed more than a terabyte, but I wanted to clean the stuff up because like I had a whole bunch of programs that I installed for a one use thing, and I just never uninstalled, or just junk lying around, like things that were inflating my storage, especially on my native storage. My native storage was almost full, and I really couldn't tell you why. So I backed up all the things that were important on my native storage to the external hard drive, and then I wiped my desktop, factory reset it, brought it back up, got it back set back up, plugged my external hard drive back in, transferred the stuff that the backups from the external hard drive to the native storage, and then made backups in the native storage of stuff from the external hard drive that I wanted to keep. And it wasn't it was like I did fill up the whole 1 terabyte thing. I mean, I think I saw that after I had everything backed up, I still had 90 gigabytes on my native storage. So I didn't back up terribly much. But then I wiped my native or my external hard drive, which is honestly a good feeling. It's like freeing. It feels good. It feels good to have everything so fresh and new. And one thing there is this glitched file I had on my native or my external hard drive where it was 0 kilobytes. It didn't it didn't take up any space, but you couldn't do anything with it. You couldn't rename it, you couldn't move it, you couldn't delete it, and you could barely interact with the folder that it was stuck inside of because anytime you did, it'd say that that file like either didn't exist or that's not where it actually was. And I installed programs to be able to like deep clean, to be able to get rid of stuff like that, but it couldn't. It's still there. It was still stuck around. Now it's finally permanently gone. That was pretty. I'm happy to have that gone. That just bothered me for a while. Um. Hmm. I think that's all. That I have anime figures or one figure. I have another one on the way. It's gonna be here in a few months because that's how they are. I have more plushies than anything. I have two Fapuda plushies. Fapuda from Made in Abyss. Um, I have Makima plushie, Chainsaw Man, Evil Eye from Overlord, and then I got the freaking 3 foot tall one of Frieren. I love it. I have it sitting in the corner of my desk. I have a Kativa plushie. That's not exactly anime. It's from Power World. I love it. I love Power World. That's definitely what I'm going to play. The thing you hear me jangling around and fidgeting with is my dog tags. I really can't lose these. They actually have the wrong blood type on here. I'm not sure if it's because I'm not sure if they actually screwed up on the blood type or if it's just like this is what he needs based on the blood type he has. My blood type is O negative. I know that because I'm a blood donor. Um, and my dog tags say O positive. I'm not sure if it's a big deal. I don't think it is, but I should probably bring it up anyway. Um, oh, I'm going to be a digital artist. I have a Huion tablet, Canvas 13 series, something like that. But the Drawbox thing that I'm going to be following to start my journey out, it says to use like fine linear pens, something like that. So I gotta pick some of those up tomorrow. I ordered some online, but they're not gonna get here until Tuesday. So I'm gonna go shop with my mom tomorrow, and I'm gonna pick some up so I can start immediately rather than having to wait until Tuesday. Um, yeah. So the first thing I'm gonna stream is probably gonna be Deceased Craft. And I'm willing to jump between games. I'm not going to just stream the same game over and over until I complete it. I will jump between games, but I will generally complete. There will be a cap on how many games. I'm not going to like set one for myself. It's just like I know myself well enough to know I'm not going to be playing too many games at once. I'm a bit sick if you couldn't tell. A little stuffy nose. Um, I think that's it. I think I'm going to call it here. 43 minutes for a first stream is not bad. 40-ish minutes because I'm still talking. But I didn't think I was going to go for this long. If my audio sounds all screwed up, that'll be a part of the charm. I'll try to fix it for next stream. But for the introductory stream, I did not do any practice. All I can see is that my mic is picking up, or like OBS is picking up my mic, and that's all I need. That's all I need. And I'm satisfied with that. So if it sounds bad, I'll try to fix it at some point. Or not at some point. I'll try to fix it by the next stream. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm excited for where this is gonna go. I am so excited to play these games. I've been itching dying to get my hands on again after basic training. I made like in basic, I have this notebook. I still have it. I was actively writing in it of like all the food I want to eat after I get out, and especially all the games I want to play when I got out. And the games, it was a college ruled notebook. It was the big pages, and I filled it up. So many games I want to play. I bought so many games. I bought like $300 of games over Black Friday. I got I bought all the Just Causes. I know they're not like the most crazy game, but like I think they're kind of fun. Um, I got Devil May Cry. I've got a bunch of the Borderlands. I got Vane. Vane's new. That I want to play that. Surrounded. I want to play that. Um, Schedule One. I bought that the other day. I want to play that. Celeste. I don't know anything about it. I feel like that and Deltarune have the same type of fan base. I'm not entirely sure. That might be. I probably, if certain people heard that, they'd probably get pissed off at me. But I don't know, similar styles to games, whatever. Anyway, so many things I want to play, so much to do. I'm so excited. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see where. I'm excited to see where this is gonna go, and I think that's it. I don't have anything else to say. Um, if there were anyone who tuned in at all, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, especially if you made it to this point. That's crazy. Just a literal nobody, a black screen, and you stayed. That is something. And I appreciate that. But I understand that I'm likely talking to ghosts here. And again, that's a part of it. It's again, this is streaming thing is for me and me only. I'm not turning this into a career. But I want to have fun with it. I want to like act as if I'm actually talking to people a lot. Um, it'll help me filter myself. Actually, it'll probably I want. I'll help. It'll help me um, break habits of things I say that I definitely shouldn't. And I don't want to be like seen as the kind of guy who would say those things. So uh, I'm happy that this will help me break those kind of habits, improve me in some way. Um, anyway, I look forward to how to what I'm gonna do. I look forward to what the future will hold, and think I'm thanking my imaginary audience for reaching it to this point, and stay tuned because I do plan on having great things come about. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed now, and then I'm gonna stream tomorrow, or I guess later today because it's 12:44 a.m. But you get the point. Okay, that's all. Goodbye. Fuck. Ah, dang it. The cat screwed me up. I was gonna like, man, I didn't want to swear to that degree, but because I held the freaking dog tags in the air behind my gaming chair, trying to like just fidgeting or whatever, my cat swung up there, whacked him, startled me, and then I swore. Dang it, that's not a good way to end the stream. Anyway, good night.